This week on SUTV World News, President Trump is pulling troops from the Middle East, and Singapore unveils the first floating Apple store. All of that and more right here on SUTV News. United States troops have been recently withdrawn from parts of Iraq. SUTV's Nolan Hoffman gives us the latest.
The United States is withdrawing troops from the country of Iraq. The U.S. commander in the Middle East announced Wednesday 2,200 troops will be coming home in the month of September. That leaves 3,000 United States troops left in Iraq. Central Commander General Frank McKenzie said that, quote, it allows the U.S. to continue advising and assisting our Iraqi partners in rooting out the final remnants of ISIS in Iraq. This is Nolan Huffman reporting with SUTV News.
Two Australian journalists are back in Sydney after being questioned by authorities in China. Bill Birtles works for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation based in Beijing, while Mike Smith is a correspondent for the Australian Financial Review in Shanghai. Both flew back to Australia after negotiation with Chinese officials. Birtles tweeted that it's nice to be home, but deeply disappointing to leave China under such abrupt circumstances. This all started last week when police showed up at their separate apartments and told them they couldn't leave the country. Australia and China discussed the matter and agreed that the travel ban could be lifted if the two agreed to interviews. Why they were questioned is still unknown, but this follows last month's detainment of Australian anchor for Chinese state TV for reasons that still aren't clear. The famous Taj Mahal is reportedly opening back up in the country of India. SUTV's Nolan Hoffman has the latest.
India's Taj Mahal will reopen starting September 21st for a limited number of visitors amid the coronavirus pandemic. According to a CNN affiliate, CNN News 18, 5,000 people will be allowed to visit the iconic palace on a daily basis. The Agra Fort, another city landmark, will also reopen for tourists on the same day, allowing 2,500 daily visitors. Social distancing and masks will be required at both sites. The monuments have been closed since March 17th due to the pandemic. India overtook Brazil Tuesday as the country with the second highest number of confirmed infections of the coronavirus. This is Nolan Huffman reporting with SUTV News.
Firefighters are battling massive blazes at Europe's largest refugee camp on the Greek island of Lesbos. One eyewitness tells CNN the camp is, quote, completely destroyed. An estimated 13,000 people were living there. So far, there are no reports of injuries. Authorities say the cause of the fire is not yet known. Protesters in the city of Hong Kong have been recently uneasy over the government postponing elections until 2021. SUTV's Nolan Hoffman has the story.
At least 300 people have been arrested amid protests in Hong Kong on Sunday. Protesters took to the streets once again to voice their concerns after the government postponed local elections set for Sunday. Citing the pandemic, the Hong Kong government has pushed off elections until the year 2021. The opposition argues it's an excuse as pro-government parties were not expected to do well, prompting an embarrassment to the government and, by the extension, the Communist Party ruling in Beijing. But with the riot police chasing demonstrators through the streets, then searching them and taking down information from the identity cards. This response by the government appears to be a part of a larger crackdown on opposition in the city. With SUTV News, I'm Nolan Huffman.
Apple is about to open its first floating store, and boy, is it impressive. Apple Marina Bay stands in a glass dome-shaped building in Singapore. It sits directly on Marina Bay with a 360-degree view of the city skyline. Nearly 150 employees that speak 24 languages start welcoming customers Thursday by appointment only. And just like all other Apple stores around the world, this one too will require masks, temperature checks, and social distancing. And that will be all for this episode of SUTV World News. I'm Adam Beam. Don't forget to follow SUTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News. And check out our website at sutvnews.org. We're back tomorrow with ship news. Until then, thanks for watching and good night.